Okay, let's unpack this. We are looking at a true classic today, a piece of history that, for a lot of people, was the very first step they ever took into a larger world.
Yeah.
We're opening up the file on B2 The Keep on the Borderlands.
The proving ground. It really is like the year zero for a huge number of gamers.
Exactly. It's the ultimate starting point.
Yeah.
You have this fortress of law perched right on the edge of a totally chaotic wilderness. You've got, level 1 to 3 adventurers just trying to make a name for themselves. But here's the thing that really stood out to me as we were combing through the source material. Usually when you think of these early adventures, you think swords, spells, maybe a 10-foot pole. You think about your stats.
It's the standard dungeoneering kit. What's my attack bonus? How much damage does my fireball do?
But in this module, the most dangerous weapon and the most critical resource, it isn't a magic sword. It's not a spell scroll.
Yeah.
It's information.
It is, and that's what makes the Keep on the Borderlands so surprisingly sophisticated. The Keep itself isn't just a place where you buy rope and sleep in a bed. It's a social puzzle. If you treat it like a vending machine, you're probably going to die when you get to the caves.
That's a bold claim, but the text backs it up. So the mission of this deep dive is to look at how information is weaponized here. We're going to look at the rumors, the lies.
And the absolute betrayals hiding in plain sight.
We have to talk about the rumor table.
Oh, the rumor table! It's diabolical!
I was reading through this list, and it really is. There are 20 rumors. Some of them are lifesavers. They're literally the difference between survival and a total party kill. But some of them, they feel deliberately designed to get you wiped out.
There is one, specifically a linguistic mistranslation, that I think is one of the most famous traps in the history of the game. It's a masterclass in disinformation.
We will definitely get to that linguistic nightmare. But let's start at the beginning. The adventurers arrive at the keep. They walk up this narrow, rocky track. Sheer wall on one side, cliff on the other. They get to the main gate. What happens immediately?
Immediately, the game tells you that talk matters. You are not just waved through. You are stopped by the guards. And the corporal of the watch comes out to cross-examine you. And the text is very specific. It says, rude answers bring suspicion, but courteous replies might win you friends.
So right away, the murder hobo strategy of just being aggressive, that punishes you. You have to play the social game just to get inside.
Precisely. It filters the players. And once you're inside, you're in a living ecosystem. You have the Traveler's Inn, the smithy, the bank. But the real hub for intelligence, the place where the game is actually played before you even draw a sword, is Area 15, the tavern.
The tavern, of course. You all meet in a tavern. But you can't just walk in and say, tell me where the monsters are. It's not a video game NPC with a yellow exclamation mark over their head.
No. You have to deal with the taverner. He's described as a normal man, but he has very specific tastes. The source notes he hates small beer.
He hates small beer, so if you're cheap, he just shuts down.
Hates it. If you order the cheap stuff, you are invisible to him. But he loves honey mead. And the mechanic here is fascinating. If you buy a drink, you get a story. But the quality of the intel depends on his reaction to you.
So it's basically a bribe disguised as social drinking.
It is. But there's a massive catch. The source says explicitly half of what he says is true.
Just half. That's a coin flip.
The other half is fiction. So even when you're paying for the honey mead, you are gambling on the truth. And you have mercenaries hanging around who might join you, but you have to buy them a drink before you can even talk business. It's all transactional. Money converts to clues.
And speaking of Money the Banker in Area 11, that's not just a place to store loot.
Right, the loan bank. It's where wealth is gauged. He's a retired fighter. He charges 10% interest. The keep is watching your wallet.
It feels like the keep is testing you constantly. Testing your ability to listen, to be polite. But let's move to the meat of this, the rumor table. Let's look at the ones that are actually true, because they change the entire way you play.
They absolutely do. With the right intel, you aren't exploring. You're executing a plan. Let's take rumor number 15. Lizard men live in the marshes.
Simple enough. Sounds like flavor text, beware the swamp.
It does. But if you look at the wilderness map, Area 1 is the mound of the lizard men. There are 6 males, females, eggs. If you ignore that and just wander into the fens, you're walking into an ambush in difficult terrain.
And at level 1, fighting lizard men in a swamp that's basically suicide.
It is. Knowing that rumor turns a random encounter into a strategic decision, you have agency because you have knowledge.
I love this next one because it helps you visualize the dungeon. Rumor number 12. The big dog men live very high in the caves.
This refers to the gnolls, Area K.
Right. And high in the caves is the key. The caves of chaos are in a ravine at different elevations. With this rumor, you can stand at the bottom, look up, and say, okay, those caves way up top, those are knolls. You're mapping the dungeon before you even go in.
That's the power of it. It's target identification. But the best true rumor, the one that completely subverts how people play D&D, has to be rumor number 4.
An ogre sometimes helps the cave dwellers.
This is a game changer. Most new players see an ogre and think, boss fight, roll initiative.
And it hits like a truck. It will one-shot a wizard at level 1.
Exactly. But the source material for the ogre cave, Area E, gives you the context. The rumor says he helps them, while the source confirms the ogre is a mercenary. He helps the goblins because they pay him.
So he's for hire. He's a businessman.
Strictly business. And the source explicitly states that if the players offer a bribe of 20 gold pieces or more, the ogre is 90% likely to let them pass.
90%, that's almost a guarantee.
Think about that. You can bypass a lethal combat encounter for 20 gold pieces. But you only know that's an option if you picked up on the word helps in the rumor. Information turns a deathmatch into a transaction.
That's brilliant. It teaches you that you don't have to kill everything to win.
Sometimes you just need to be richer than the goblins.
Okay, but for every helpful rumor, there is a trap. And these aren't just wrong. They feel malicious.
They're vicious. The module is designed to punish assumption.
Let's talk about rumor number 9. A fair maiden is imprisoned within the caves.
The classic trope. The damsel in distress. Every hero wants to rush in and save the innocent. It appeals to your ego.
And the reality.
The reality is, in Area 64, the evil chapel, you kick down the door, and sure enough, you see a female prisoner, chained to a wall, partially hidden. The text even describes her shapely legs.
It's baiting you.
It's baiting you hard, but when you round that corner to be the hero, it's a Medusa.
A Medusa. At level 1 to 3, that seems unfair.
If you look at her, you turn to stone. Game over.
And she's not just a monster waiting to attack, right? She plays the part.
She is cunning. The source says she'll try to trick you into releasing her. She even promises a special potion of stone to flesh to cure your friends who have already been petrified.
Wait, does she actually have the potion?
She does. That's the twisted part. She has the cure, but she uses it as leverage to get you to unchain her so she can stone the rest of you. If you believe the rumor of the fair maiden, you are walking straight into a tomb.
That is rough.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the next one is even worse because it plays on the player's desire to be clever. Rumor number 10.
The Briark incident.
The rumor states, Briark is goblin language for we surrender.
Which is, of course, marked as false.
So, paint the picture. You're in the tavern, you hear this, you think, great, if we get overwhelmed by goblins, I shall Briark and we can negotiate. You write it on your character sheet.
Right. You think you have a safe word, a diplomatic out.
So what happens when you actually get to the goblin lair and you shout this at a room full of armed goblins?
The source material is explicit. Briark does not mean I surrender. It means, hey, Rube.
Hey, Rube.
Yeah.
Like the old carnival slang.
Exactly. It's an old term from the circus world. If a worker got into a fight, they'd yell, hey, Rube, and every carny on the lot would come running with a weapon. It is the universal goblin distress signal. It means help or rally to me.
So you walk into a room, you want to parlay, and you actually scream, everyone attack.
Yes. You are literally bringing the entire dungeon down on your head while thinking you're asking for peace. It's a masterclass in disinformation.
I could just picture the look on the players' faces.
Yeah.
Why are more coming? I said the magic word.
And that is the lesson of the keep. You have to verify your intel.
But the deception isn't just in the rumors or the caves. It's actually inside the keep itself. You think you're in a safe zone, but there's a snake in the grass.
Area 7B. The private apartments.
The friendly priest.
This character is fascinating. He's designed to pass every social check. He's described as jovial, he buys drinks, he's an excellent listener, he's outspoken against evil. He sounds like the perfect ally. If I'm a player, I'm thinking, we need a healer, let's recruit this guy.
And he'll join you. If asked, he joins the party. But the source lists his alignment as chaotic and evil. He's a spy for the forces in the caves.
So what's his game? Does he just stab you in the back?
No, he's smarter than that. The text says he waits for a crucial encounter.
A crucial encounter, like when you're fighting that ogre.
Exactly. When you are low on hit points, desperate for healing, and instead of healing you, he uses the spell cause light wounds.
Which does damage.
Or he casts the spell Light, which he usually is to see, but he casts this directly on a player's eyes to blind them during combat.
That's devastating. A blinded fighter is a dead fighter.
And the brilliance is there are clues. If you talk to the curate in the main chapel, he distrusts this jovial priest. But the low-level acolytes, they think he's great.
So you get conflicting reports. You have to triangulate the truth.
You have to. If you just trust the charismatic guy buying you ale, you are inviting your own assassin into the dungeon. It really emphasizes that you can't be passive. You have to ask around, compare notes. So how does a smart player synthesize all this? Because it feels like information overload designed to kill you.
It's about connecting the dots. Take the tribal warfare. The source mentions the different tribes. Goblins, orcs, gnolls don't get along. So if you know the orcs hate the gnolls, you can use that. You can feed them false information. You can manipulate the battlefield politics.
And what about the Mad Hermit? Rumor number 18.
Beware the Mad Hermit of the North. This is true. Wilderness Area 4. He lives in a hollow oak.
Imagine stumbling on that. A guy living inside a tree. He probably seems eccentric.
He appears friendly, but the rumor gives you one crucial word. Beware.
And the reality.
He's a high-level thief. He has a mountain lion pet that hides in the upper branches. He'll act friendly, wait for you to lower your guard, and then he backstabs you.
So the word beware is the most valuable single word in the module.
Absolutely. If you ignore it, you see a nice old man. If you heed it, you keep your hand on your sword, and you survive. The rumor provides the context your eyes can't see.
There's one more rumor I want to touch on.
Yeah.
Rumor number 2. A powerful magic user will destroy all cave invaders.
Ah, yes. This one is marked false.
But it's scary. If I hear that, I'd be so cautious. I'm waiting for a lightning bolt from the sky.
That's the point. It's paranoia fuel. There is no high-level wizard. But believing it changes your behavior. It slows you down. It wastes your resources because you're preparing for a threat that doesn't exist.
So bringing it all together, the keep isn't a shop. It's an information minefield.
It is. The module rewards caution and punishes assumption. You have to treat the tavern like a library and a battlefield all at once.
And the Briarch thing, I am never getting over that. That is just cruel.
It's a hard lesson, but you only make that mistake once.
So for the listener, the big takeaway is that in the Keep on the Borderlands, the game starts long before you roll initiative.
Absolutely. Listening to the taverner is just as important as your 2-hit roll.
And realizing that the nicest guy in the inn might be the one ready to stick a dagger in your back.
Precisely. Trust, but verify.
Now, before we wrap up, there's one final thought. We know from the source material that the caves are a living ecosystem. If you clean out a cave, new monsters move in. The ecosystem adapts.
Right. A minotaur might take over the empty ogre cave.
But here's the question. Do the rumors change? If the ogre is killed, does the rumor about him just disappear from the tavern? Or does that old rumor, that safe intel about a mercenary you can bribe, become a tombstone for the next group who walk in expecting a negotiation and find a hungry minotaur instead?
That is a chilling thought. The world changes, but the information lags behind. Old intel might be worse than no intel at all.
Something to mull over. That's it for this deep dive into the Keep. Watch what you say at the gate and verify your rumors.
And never shout Briarch.
Never. See you next time.